talks about this, but when you become a mom, you find yourself having to reparent yourself. Now, here's what I mean by that. Everyone, when they were growing up, has something they didn't necessarily love about their childhood, whether it was the way their mom reacted in certain situations, their dad reacted in certain situations, whatever it is. Anyway, once you become a parent, you're like, no, over my dead body, I don't want to act like that. But here's the thing is you catch yourself being in those situations where your parents would yell at you or scream at you. For example, like if I was ever, emotional, crying, whatever, my dad would be screaming at me and tell me to go to my room, whatever. Anyways, as I became a mom, I didn't want to act like that. I'm like, no, I don't like that. But when I was in those situations where my daughter was throwing a fit, I caught myself like screaming at her, and then I had to be like, whoa, 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 what are we yelling for? What are we yelling? You know what I mean? I had to check myself, reel it in, go sit with myself for a couple minutes and be like, okay, where did that come from, right? I don't want to act like that. Anyway, where the reparenting comes in is I literally had to take situations where I didn't want to act like that anymore, and I had to rewire my brain about how I did want to act. As the version of me who wants to be the best mom for her children, how does she react in those situations? And what I had to do is I had to put together a game plan, because you're not going to rewire your brain overnight. Like, you're not. It takes time, okay? And that's fine. We love it. We love a growth moment. But I had to put together a plan of action, like, okay, well, my daughter's throwing a fit, and it's giving me overstimulation. What am I going to do? Well, I'm going to take 3 deep breaths. I'm going to do some breath work. I'm going to go lock myself in the bathroom for 60 seconds and get my shit together. And then guess what? I'm going to help her calm down. And we're going to get through this together, and it's going to be fine. I didn't have those parents. You know what? My parents did the best with what they had. Don't get me wrong, but I didn't want to act like them in certain situations now that I'm a mom. Anyways, so my DMs are always flooded about how to do this, and that's my first tool to give you guys is just put together a game plan of what are you going to do when they act this way, and how do you want to show up, right? And then start rewiring your brain that it's safe to show up that way. You don't have to act like your parents, right? You can choose how to be the mom that you want to be the MILF that you want to be. So anyways, bye.